I'm Liyana Hassanel and this is Nightline. News make AKPS to help reinforce national security and sovereignty of Malaysia's borders. And Op Sky, several local celebrities to be summoned for questioning next week. The headlining story: national security and the sovereignty of Malaysia's borders will be reinforced with the launch of Malaysia Border Control and Protection Agency, or AKPS, on Sunday. The AKPS will serve as the sole coordinating agency overseeing operations at 141 entry points nationwide, ensuring more efficient border control in addressing various threats against security. The agency was officially launched at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Sepang by Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof. Established under the Home Ministry, the AKPS integrates expertise and resources from multiple government agencies to coordinate operations at entry points across the country.
Ini merupakan komitmen kerajaan Madani untuk memastikan dengan adanya single agency yang mengawal sempadan negara kita bukan saja untuk memastikan kelancaran, tapi yang lebih utama ialah keselamatan dari segi laluan, sama ada di peringkat udara, darat ataupun laut.
Border management in the country had previously involved multiple agencies, often leading to confusion, overlapping responsibilities and communication barriers. According to Fadilah, AKPS operations would also optimize AI-driven technology by incorporating advanced systems and applications that will boost officers' ability to conduct risk assessments at entry points. He added that the establishment of AKPS also reflects Malaysia's commitment to regional cooperation and integration, especially as the country prepares to chair ASEAN in 2025 and host Visit Malaysia year 2026. Up to January 31st, the AKPS is already in operation at 22 entry points nationwide. Meanwhile, Home Minister Datuk Seri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said the AKPS will be expanded in phases, with priority given to high-traffic international airports such as the KLIA, Pulau Pinang, Kota Kinabalu and Kuching airports.
Pintu masuk sempadan kita yang rasmi ni 141. Banyak. Okey ya. AKPS kami pilih untuk beroperasi di 19 dulu. Dia ada komponen jalan masuk laut, jalan masuk darat dan juga pintu masuk udara lah macam ni. Jadi patternnya berbeza. Kami mulakan di Rantau Panjang, di sempadan dengan Thailand. Isu-isunya berbeza ya, berbanding di sini ataupun di pelabuhan.
Saifuddin explained that the agency is set to bolster the nation's border security further, with a target of 12,000 personnel once it reaches full operational capacity across 141 entry points. However, he said the enforcement body would not create new positions, but instead absorb personnel from existing agencies. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim held a meeting with former Thai Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra on Sunday to discuss key regional matters. In a statement on Facebook, Anwar said the discussions with Thaksin, who also serves as the informal advisor to Malaysia's ASEAN chairmanship, included the situation in Myanmar and the current developments in cryptocurrency. Anwar said the conversation progressed further during a dinner joined by Singapore's former Foreign Affairs Minister George Yeo. In December last year, Anwar appointed Thaksin as a member of the informal advisory group to Malaysia's ASEAN chairmanship in 2025. Anwar had said that Malaysia requires statesmen such as Thaksin to share expertise and ideas with the ASEAN chair on regional issues. All ministers and deputy ministers from UMNO and Barisan Nasional in the current unity government are performing well. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said weekly meetings are also held to ensure a unified stance on key issues.
Kita tidak pernah melakukan interference dalam kerja-kerja mana-mana menteri, tetapi koordinasi ini kita lakukan bagi menentukan bahawa kita tidak akan bercanggah di dalam kenyataan ataupun di dalam membuat keputusan ketika mesyuarat kabinet.
Zahid, who is also BN chairman, made the remarks in an interview with Buletin TV3's podcast Utama. He added that while it would not be fair for him to assess the performance of ministers and deputy ministers, the public is free to make their own judgment. On another matter, Zahid has reaffirmed that his primary focus is to strengthen unity within UMNO in order to restore the party's dominance.
Mana dia tidak mengecil jika di dalam berpecah. Itu sebabnya matlamat saya sekarang ini adalah untuk menyatu padukan semula ahli-ahli dekat UMBI. Mereka yang telah meninggalkan parti itu silakan terus. Ya. Yang keluar sekejap, keluar selama-lamanya pun tak apa. Ya. Jadi mana-mana yang ada tu harus mempunyai ketahansetiaan pada parti.
He added that UMNO has several strategies in place to rebuild and strengthen the party. However, he emphasized that it is crucial to have loyalty from both members as well as leaders, urging them to prioritize the party's interests over personal ambitions. The traffic flow on several major highways in the country is reported to be slow heading towards the Klang Valley as people begin returning to the capital after the long Chinese New Year holiday. And we have with us now TV3 journalist Zulfakri Shamsul Arifin, who is at the Malaysian Highway Authority to share some traffic updates with us. Fakri?
Thank you, Liyana. Traffic flow on the country's main highways leading to the Klang Valley is still slow as people start returning to the capital after the Chinese New Year long holiday. The congestion was recorded at several locations along the North-South Expressway of Plus and Kuala Lumpur-Kara Expressway, especially at the Gombak Toll Plaza, following an increase in the number of vehicles. The congestion is also expected to last until the wee hours of Monday. The congestion heading to the Klang Valley from the north, meanwhile, involve locations from Gurun heading to Sungai Petani Selatan, Gopeng to Bidor, Tanjung Malim to Bukit Tagar, and Bukit Beruntung to Sungai Buaya. At kilometer 339.9 near Bidor and kilometer 354 near Sungkai, you can see the high numbers of vehicles causing a traffic snarl. The situation, however, is improving compared to earlier on Sunday night. For the southbound road, congestion was recorded from kilometer 238.75 of the Plus Highway near Pedas Linggi heading to Seremban. Public can get the latest information through the Plus Line toll-free line and also the Plus Traffic website. That's all from me. Back to you, Liyana.
The job rotation for civil servants who have served at service counters for more than 5 years had begun since last month. Chief Secretary to the Government, Tan Sri Shamsul Azri Abu Bakar, said the implementation will be carried out in phases in order to avoid any disruption to the services.
Kita akan tengok juga kesesuaian sebab kita tak nak nanti bila kita tukar ada disruption. So dia akan buat secara berperingkat, berpasar. Tapi for sure tak akan buat. Itu memang janji kita. Ya dah mula.
He explained that the initiative is part of the government's efforts to enhance the quality of public service and improve the efficiency of government offices, bringing them on par with developed nations such as South Korea and Singapore. He was speaking to reporters after attending the KSN Unplugged event with the Association of Former Students of Mara Junior Science Colleges, Ansara 2025 in Bangi. At the event, Shamsul Azri also launched the distinctive Ansara Vehicle Registration Number Series, which will be open for bidding via the JPJ e-bid system from Monday until February 7th. The series is exclusively designated for former MRSN students and Ansara members, with registration numbers beginning from Ansara 1 to Ansara 5555. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission has confirmed that several local celebrities will be summoned for questioning next week over their alleged links to a financial consultancy firm which was dismantled in OpSky. Investigations so far have found that funds from the firm had been used to engage celebrities, including appointing them as brand ambassadors. MACC Chief Commissioner Tan Sri Azambaki said from the statements and financial records obtained, the celebrities are believed to have received payments of up to 400,000 ringgit as official ambassadors. The MACC also uncovered evidence of additional payments made for concert sponsorships and to commission custom-written songs on behalf of the syndicate. At least 27 individuals, including 8 company directors and 18 bank officers, have been arrested in the operation. It is understood that the company leveraged several public figures, including artists and celebrities, as official ambassadors to promote its services. It was reported that the MACC had frozen 22 million ringgit in assets in its investigation into the case, involving 98 bank accounts in 6 banks. Commenting on the matter, the Congress of Unions of Employees in the Public and Civil Services, QPACS, stressed that any program held at government premises, including financial-related events, must receive official approval from the relevant authorities. It has also urged civil servants to immediately report any suspicious loan-related programs to their respective departments.
Pada ketika mereka mendapat sedikit kelegaan dalam bentuk take-home pay yang ditambah pada Disember yang lalu, QPACS ingin menyarankan agar katakan tidak kepada overlap ataupun katakan tidak kepada pinjaman bertindih.
At the same time, QPACS also advised public sector employees to be cautious of quick loan offers that offer easy approvals without proper documentation. Additionally, civil servants are reminded to only deal with financial institutions registered with Bank Negara Malaysia or the Finance Ministry. They should also avoid sharing personal information, including payslips, with unknown parties. Meanwhile, the National Union of the Teaching Profession, NUTP, is calling on the Education Ministry to tighten standard operating procedures for any activities involving external parties held in schools. This follows recent revelations by the MACC that schools have been among the targeted locations for syndicates aiming to lure teachers as potential clients.
Kita mengharapkan selepas ini akan ada SOP yang lebih ketat daripada pihak Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia untuk pihak-pihak luar yang nak membuat pelbagai program ataupun macam kaji selidik ke dalam sekolah.
He also expressed hope that a stronger foundation can be built through financial literacy programs for teachers to help prevent them from falling victim to such syndicates. The flood situation in Sabah and Sarawak continued to improve on Sunday night as the number of evacuees dropped to 10,589 people compared to the 11,780 individuals recorded at 4 p.m. Sarawak has 10,434 evacuees in 48 temporary relief centres, PPS, while Sabah has 155 evacuees in 2 PPS. A total of 14 districts are still affected by the floods in Sarawak, with Bintulu being the worst affected, recording 4,188 individuals taking shelter in 6 relief centres across the district. The other districts still experiencing flooding are Serian, Selangor, Subis, Tatau, Miri, Sebuayu, Sebau, Samarahan, Muka, Kanawit, Gedung, Beluru, and Sibu. In Sabah, Tonggor remains the only district affected with all 155 evacuees being placed in 2 PPS. All other districts have fully recovered from the disaster, leading to the closure of all relief centres in Beaufort, Paitan, Pitas, and Lahad Datu. A man who was filmed slapping his wife outside a shopping mall in Kota Warisan, Sepang, recently reportedly did so because she took too long to buy chicken rice. Sepang District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Nur Hizam Bahaman said the suspect in his 50s was nabbed in front of a clinic in Kota Warisan at 10 a.m. on Saturday, about a week after the incident took place. A remand order was obtained on Sunday, placing him in custody for 3 days. Police are investigating the case under Section 323 of the Penal Code and Section 18 of the Domestic Violence Act. The incident that went viral on social media was initially captured in the background of a 29-second live video stream. The footage shows the woman stopping in her tracks upon seeing the suspect, who was with their child. He then slapped her in front of onlookers, and she walked away without resistance. Nur Hizam said the man had left his home after the video clip went viral and is believed to have slept in his car since then in an attempt to avoid arrest. Bayern Munich survived late scare. Sports right after this break.
Bila orang tengok sesuatu kelainan, ayam ni macam kucing, seorang minat.
Mahal bagi saya, kalau kita boleh menjana pendapatan dan kita boleh tukar kos kita tu menjadi satu keuntungan, semua orang boleh buat lah. Dia multi purpose. Nak makan telur, daging, tengok cantik di mata.
Bangku ni dipanggil Wang Tao Tang. Ia adalah senjata yang orang tak tahu kita ada senjata lah.
Sifu ni sebenarnya hanya nama. Tanggungjawab saya untuk memastikan pelajaran ini berterusan. Pergi kepada generasi-generasi yang seterusnya.
Kekal cakna, kekal sihat. Hello Doktor merungkai pelbagai persoalan kesihatan anda.
Penyakit kronik, pemakanan, kesihatan mental, semuanya demi kesejahteraan anda.
Setiap minggu bersama tenaga pakar kesihatan terbaik Malaysia, segalanya terjawab dalam Hello Doktor setiap Ahad
5.30 petang di TV3
dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
Unlocking the future of business.
From industry evolutions to policy changes, we go beyond the headlines.
Deep insights, sharp analysis.
Understanding the forces driving tomorrow's economy.
Key financial insights that drive decisions.
This is Money Matters, every Saturday, 5 p.m.
Only on TV3 and stream now on Tonton.
Maka apabila mereka kembali kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala dengan bertaubat, dengan melakukan segala perintah suruhannya, maka semua yang telah mereka lakukan sebelum daripada itu akan diampunkan.
Mengapa susah untuk mendapat taubat nasuha?
Ketika mana kita bertaubat kepada Allah, sudah pasti Allah akan bawa kita, Allah akan bimbing kita, Allah akan pelihara kita. Tapi dengan syaratnya, mestilah hati kita bertaubat dengan kesungguhan.
Sports now, football, the Malaysia Cup. Sri Pahang FC sealed their place in the final after claiming a narrow 2-1 win over Sabah FC in the second semi-final clash on Sunday night. After a goalless first half, the hosts broke the deadlock in the 77th minute, no thanks to an own goal by Sabah's Pak Tai Su. Their lead, however, did not last long, as Sabah equalized 5 minutes later through Kumaran Satasivam. The 1-1 scoreline remained until the final whistle, forcing the match to be extended to added time. Kapash German became the hero as he netted the decisive goal for Sri Pahang, completing the 3-2 aggregate win. The Fandi Ahmad side will now take on Johor Darul Ta'zim FC in the final. Still on football, the German Bundesliga. Leaders Bayern Munich stretched their lead at the top of the table to 9 points on Saturday with a 4-3 victory over Holstein Kiel. The Bavarians went ahead in the 90th minute when Jamal Musiala struck a beautiful low-drive shot before England skipper Harry Kane doubled their lead after heading in a Kingsley Coman cross in first half stoppage time. Kane notched his 19th league goal of the season with another header a minute after the restart, this time with Rafael Guerreiro providing the cross. Bayern added a fourth goal in the 54th minute through Serge Gnabry's spectacular volley. A determined Kiel side were not ready to give up, with Finn Porath pulling a goal back in the 62nd minute and substitute Steven Skripski scoring twice in a dramatic injury time finale to bring the final score to 4-3. With the result, Bayern remained top the table on 51 points, 9 points clear of nearest rivals Bayer Leverkusen, while Kiel lies second from bottom in the relegation zone with 12 points. In another match, Borussia Dortmund picked up a slim 2-1 victory at struggling Heidenheim in their final game before Niko Kovac takes charge, following the recent sacking of coach Nuri Sahin. The visitors went ahead in the 33rd minute when Serhou Girassi duly tapped in from close range for his 9th league goal. The match remained tight until the hour when Maximilian Bayer slid in to connect with the Rami Bansabini cutback to make it 2-0 for Dortmund. The hosts responded almost immediately, with Matthias Hanzak pulling a goal back just a minute later, setting up a tense finale. Dortmund, however, held firm to pick up their first league win since December 22nd, snapping a 4-game winless streak in the league. Thousands urged to evacuate as Australia's northeast battles floods. The details when Nightline returns.
Kekal cakna, kekal sihat. Hello Doktor merungkai pelbagai persoalan kesihatan anda.
Penyakit kronik, pemakanan, kesihatan mental, semuanya demi kesejahteraan anda.
Setiap minggu bersama tenaga pakar kesihatan terbaik Malaysia, segalanya terjawab dalam Hello Doktor setiap Ahad
5.30 petang di TV3
dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
Ada inisiatif mendalamkan dan melebarkan Sungai Kelang sepanjang 56 km.
Saya mula menubuhkan satu pasukan khususnya pemburuan ikan bandaraya.
Kehidupan-kehidupan di dalam sungai dah mula ada balik.
Majalah 3 Kapsul, Sabtu 10 malam di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Maka apabila mereka kembali kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala dengan bertaubat, dengan melakukan segala perintah suruhannya, maka semua yang telah mereka lakukan sebelum daripada itu akan diampunkan.
Mengapa susah untuk mendapat taubat nasuha?
Ketika mana kita bertaubat kepada Allah, sudah pasti Allah akan bawa kita, Allah akan bimbing kita, Allah akan pelihara kita. Tapi dengan syaratnya, mestilah hati kita bertaubat dengan kesungguhan.
Mengada-ngadakan, contohnya letak tangkal. Kalau baby tu, kalau dia menangis nanti letak tali, nanti jin tak datang. Jadi ini adalah pendustaan atas nama Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala.
Subhanahu Wa Taala amma yushrikun.
My Quran Time, Quran, Salat, Infaq.
The foreign news. A woman has died in Australia and thousands have been forced to flee their homes after torrential rainfall has caused flooding in northern Queensland. Authorities are warning that flood waters could rise up to second-story level in a situation they described as dangerous and life-threatening. According to Queensland State Premier David Crisafulli, more than 700 millimetres of rain has fallen on parts of the North Queensland in the past 24 hours, and there is concern that record rainfalls will continue into Monday. Meteorologists say these could be the worst floods in the region in more than 60 years. Thousands of people living in the city of Townsville were told to leave their homes by midday on Sunday, while authorities brought in 100,000 sandbags to block floodwater. Parts of the road between Townsville and the tourist centre of Cairns have been cut off, hampering efforts to get rescue teams and sandbags to the area. The heavy rain is expected to continue in the coming 24 hours. Greek authorities on Sunday have advised people on the Aegean island on Santorini to shut schools on Monday, avoid ports and refrain from gathering after increased seismic activity in the area over recent days. The Athens Geodynamic Institute reported tremors between the volcanic island of Santorini and Amorgos, ranging from 2.8 to 4.5 magnitude, with no reported damage. The alert follows a series of tremors, the strongest measuring 4.3 magnitude, recorded on Friday and Saturday in the area. The activity, however, was not linked to volcanic activity and was receding, but experts had proposed precautionary measures, including the school closures. People were also urged not to access or remain at the small port of Amudi and the harbour of Fira. China on Sunday said it firmly opposed the new tariffs imposed on Beijing by U.S. President Donald Trump, vowing to take corresponding countermeasures to resolutely safeguard their rights and interests. In a statement, China's Commerce Ministry slammed Washington's erroneous practices, saying Beijing was strongly dissatisfied with this and firmly opposes it. The ministry said Beijing would file a lawsuit at the World Trade Organization, WTO, arguing that the unilateral imposition of tariffs by Washington seriously violates WTO rules. It added that the duties were not only unhelpful in solving the U.S.'s own problems, but also undermine normal economic and trade cooperation. Beijing also urged the U.S. to correct its erroneous practices and manage differences on the basis of equality, mutual benefit, and mutual respect. Britain is expected to become the first country to introduce laws against artificial intelligence, AI tools, used to generate sexual abuse images. The government on Saturday said it will make it illegal to possess, create or distribute AI tools designed to generate sexualized images of children, punishable by up to 5 years in prison. It will also be illegal to possess AI pedophile manuals, which teach people how to use AI to sexually abuse children, punishable by up to 3 years in prison. The new laws will also criminalize predators who run websites designed for other pedophiles to share vile content or advice on how to groom children, punishable by up to 10 years in prison. Zionist forces have carried out simultaneous explosions in the Jenin refugee camp on Sunday as it continues deadly raids on the occupied West Bank. The director of the Jenin Government Hospital said some sections of the medical facility were damaged due to the explosions carried out by the army. However, no casualties have been reported so far. Meanwhile, the attack comes as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu heads to the United States, where he is due to meet President Donald Trump. Israeli media reports he has decided not to send a negotiation team to Qatar for talks on the second phase of the ceasefire deal until after his meeting with Trump. And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look as a digital video mapping projection captivated audiences at Spain's Casa Batlló, blending technology with natural forms in an immersive experience. With that, I'm Hassanel. Thank you for watching and stay safe, Malaysia.